Hello and welcome, all friends and devotees of yoga and Buddhist meditation. Today is June the 16th, June the 16th, 2019. It's Sunday today. Happy Sunday, everybody. I'd like to continue my Buddhist teachings from the Grandmaster Singyung. Master Singyung is a very great Buddhist personality. He's the founder of one of the largest Buddhist organizations in the world, Fo Guangsheng. He's a Chinese monk. He established the Fo Guangsheng, building so many universities, temples all over the world and teaching humanistic Buddhism. So these are some of his tips to living life wisely. Continue teaching on these. Most people have misconceptions about cultivation. They think that it entails either reciting Buddhist sutras or making vows to the Buddha in the shrine hall. Or else, they assume it means living like a hermit deep in the mountains, completely detached from the mundane world. In reality, according to the sixth patriarch, Huineng, the Dharma is in the world and not apart from worldly matters. Seeking enlightenment away from the world is like looking for horns on a rabbit. True cultivation begins with how we conduct ourselves and deal with situations in our daily life. We are cultivating ourselves when we treat others with compassion, shoulder responsibilities, conduct ourselves with ease and poise, and get along well with people. Cultivation is not a mere mantra or ritual. When our conduct naturally conveys morals, abides with the middle way, shows compassion for all sentient beings, we are truly cultivating ourselves. But if we detach ourselves from life and the world, there is no cultivation at all whatsoever. There's no cultivation whatsoever. How do we cultivate ourselves in the world? The following are some guidelines. Master Singyung, one of the greatest Buddhist personalities alive today, in his 90s, he wishes to guide us, to put us on the right track of how to cultivate Buddhism. Okay? Learn to speak kind words. Learn to speak kind words. Learn to speak kind words. Learn to speak kindly. Learn to speak kind words. Okay? Write it down, folks. If you are learning from my school, if you are trying to learn my instructions, I always tell them, have a pen and paper. Write down this information. If you are my classmates or friends, they study together, well, it's okay. You can amuse yourself and sit back and listen to Chris Aburime talk about Buddhism. It's nice. But if you are my students, younger generation, my kids, I need you guys to have your pen and paper and write down. These are very important instructions. Jot it down. Know it. Wisdom is like seeds of mango, orange, fruit seeds. Wisdom you don't just get wisdom overnight. You have to sow the seeds. You have to be patient. You sow the seeds, you nurture it by discipline, diligence. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, you get wisdom. I'm talking to the younger generation. You admire wisdom. We did when we were younger. You want to be a wise person. You want to live life wisely. We did when we were younger. Okay? So you have to sow the seed. That's why you come to listen to my teachings. You have to pick the wisdom from my sayings. Because you still have more time as a younger generation person. You pick the sayings, you write them down, jot them down. You're wisely smart, jot them down. It goes not just down on paper. As you are jotting down on paper, it's going into your subconscious. You are sowing seeds of wisdom into your mind. You are becoming a wiser person. Wisdom is so good for the young people and for the old, but a lot more for the young because they have the future. Future belongs to the young. Once you've sown these seeds of wisdom, with time, care, a lot of care. You care for wisdom. You are attentive to wisdom. You see, you're careful, mindful. The discipline begins to, show. Wisdom begins to develop in you. You become a wiser person. You care for wisdom. You are nourishing, taking care of wisdom. Over time, it shows. Wisdom now becomes, mature. It becomes big. It changes your life. It can take the life of a person from failure to success. It can really change your life. Wisdom is important. Without wisdom, even if you have all the money in the world, you lose it. With wisdom, even if you were the poorest person in the world, you'll be wealthy. Okay? So, wisdom is golden, guys. Value wisdom. Okay? Learn to speak kind words. Okay? According to a saying, kind words can be spoken 1,000 times. If we want to succeed in life or achieve our goals at work, we need to speak more kind words. Actually, no matter what we do or with whom we interact, we also need to cultivate positive speech. Positive speech. There is nobody in the world who does not like to hear kind words spoken. Speaking gently actually allows us to become a kinder person and do more kind deeds. In turn, others will naturally grow fonder of us and notice our good deeds. Good deeds. Therefore, we need to praise, encourage, and respect others more in how we speak. There are actually never enough kind words. Sometimes it is even a virtue to utter words of praise just to boost the confidence of those who need it. 2, the second golden key. I call this the golden keys. We just analyze the first. Now we're going to the second. Learn to care. Be caring. It doesn't harm to care. Learn to care. In addition to speaking kind words, we also need to take action with our true heart in caring for others. For instance, we can provide support for people who are not strong enough, elderly people or sickly people. Donate resources for those in poverty. Poverty is a great problem, it's a terrible problem universally. Help to solve it. Make a contribution towards solving poverty. It's a serious problem. Poverty wrecks the whole world. It's a terrible problem. Okay. Teach those who lack knowledge and pass on some skills to those who lack them. We know compassion and enhance our own cultivation when we care for others. This is a great teaching from the Grandmaster Singyum. We should be caring beings. We should care for others. Sounds like what Jesus used to teach. You should love. Okay? You should care. Love and care. This is our job. We are children of God. You should be loving and caring. Simple. Right? We can't overemphasize the responsibility. Anybody who understands what I'm saying here knows we are responsible for these things. We should be loving and caring. That's what we should be. Come to wisdom and wisdom will come to you. Period. 3, the third golden key. Learn to interact well. Learn to interact well. We may be very learned and knowledgeable, yet still foolish and ignorant if we do not know how to interact well with people. In conducting ourselves, we need to show tact in our conduct we need to show tact in our conduct. Okay? And we need to know when to advance and when to retreat. You need to have wisdom. You need to be able to tell these things. You should have wisdom. know when to go forward, know when to go backwards. Okay? We should have control, total control over ourselves. Okay? So we need to know when to advance and when to retreat. When others provide us with benefits, we should reciprocate with twice as much. Okay? Endeavor to do these things. When others praise us, we should bestow on them twice as many words of praise. If people smile at us once, we need to smile back 2 or 3 times. Much more smile. Okay? It doesn't hurt to smile. Okay? It shows that you are wise. Wisdom. Smiles. Okay? People who can interact well with others will inevitably enjoy harmonious human relationships. Beautiful human relationships. If you do these things, if you are wise enough to do these things. People do things sometimes, they think, oh, I'm suffering, I'm the greatest sufferer in the world. You got it wrong. Whatever we are passing through is a universal feeling. 7 billion people feel all the same thing. People just think, oh, I'm just in that spot. You are not alone. There are 7 billion people in the world. They all have the same feelings, but the 7 billion people of the world are not all wise. They don't all approach life wisely. The reason why you're listening to this class, to this course, to this seminar is that you are trying to apply wisdom to your life. Approach your life with wisdom. Approach the events of life wisely. The days of your life were days that were wisely lived by a wise man. That's better history. Wisdom is so important. You must live your life wisely. Use your time wisely. Live life wisely. Do things wisely. That adverb wisely is so important. Without it, it makes a big difference. Fantastic. Things should be done wisely, particularly in your life. Live life wisely. Do things wisely. Wisely. Okay? So that's what Master Singyung is saying. And then the 4th golden key, learn to be patient. That's another brilliant word. Patience. Fantastic. Learn to be patient. Don't be impatient. Impatience is not a virtue. Impatience will never bring any good thing to anybody on earth. That's why I talk about the technology of wisdom, the science and technology of wisdom. If you don't learn wisdom, how are you going to know all these things? Life is so complicated. It will bash you left and right with all sorts of spontaneous things. If you don't know the technology, you don't know how to cut through things, how to be wise in life, then you don't have it. Then your life will be, well, a rashly lived life. Okay, which is a miserably lived life. We don't want that. Okay, we want a wisely lived life, a happy life. Okay, patience is the greatest strength in life. It can tap into our mind's inner power. Patience. With that strength, we will not be easily deluded, distracted, or flustered. Instead, the more setbacks we face, the more courageous we can be in overcoming them. In the end, patience breeds wisdom. In the end, patience breeds wisdom. When we can view all phenomena in the world with wisdom, then naturally there will not be anything worth getting angry over. Patience is thus the greatest cultivation. These 4 lessons should remind us that true Buddhist cultivation takes place in the midst of the mundane world. As I told you, Master Singyung is like the Buddha. He's an excellent Buddha. He always summarizes. Just did. These 4 lessons should remind us that true Buddhist cultivation takes place in the midst of our mundane world. Namo Amitofo.